Hey, book people. If you don't know, I am a middle school teacher and we have 4 days off, right? I'm so excited. So it's Thursday night, April 6th, and I get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. I've got nothing to do but stay at home and be my little introverted self. That's not totally true. I do have a couple of obligations this week, but overall, my plan is to stay home. It's supposed to be rainy and stormy, and I'm gonna stay home and I'm gonna read. And I actually have one book in particular that I just want to binge, and it's Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. I know nothing about the plot of this book. I've read the prologue so far, and I've seen this book on TikTok. And all I know about it is people keep saying that if you want ACOTAR feels, this is a great series. It's a completed series, so if I finish this one and want the second one immediately, that's not difficult. It's even on Kindle Unlimited, I'm pretty sure. And so if I don't even want to wait for a physical copy, I can just pick it up and stay in the world. And like I said, I know nothing. I read the prologue last night and I'm pretty confused about it, to be honest. But I think it's one of those things that the more I read it, the more I'm going to just be completely enveloped in this world. It seems very rich. It seems very promising. I think there's going to be some romance and some fighting, and it's just going to be an epic, wonderful time. And I'm ready to get lost in a series like this so bad. So over the next 4 days, I think I can read this whole book. But right now it's Thursday night. It's raining outside and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna make some tacos and spend some time with my cats. But I will update you once I've read a little bit more. Sometimes this is what your Thursday night looks like. Taco salad, with all the goods in it, ibuprofen, much needed caffeine and carbonation. And if you have never had Catalina dressing on your tacos, you are missing out. I realize this is weird. It is also how I have eaten tacos since I was a child, and I will not change for anyone. Good morning, vlog. So I actually didn't read a whole ton last night. I ended up editing my April TBR video, which is my first video I've put back up in forever. And then I read one chapter of Daughter of No Worlds, and then I fell asleep. But today is the official start of my Easter break, and I actually have a couple of things that I'm going to be doing today. First of all, lots of times with the fluffs. The first thing that I'm going to be doing today is working on my crochet project for the year, which is a genre blanket. So for every book I read, I'm crocheting 2 single crochet rows in a color that I've specified for that genre. So I have 2 books I need to catch up on today. I need to do my color for Foxglove King, and then I need to do my color for Hellbent. And those are both fantasy, so they're both going to be this purple color. And I'm going to have a lot of purple rows coming up within this next month. But this is just a little passion project that I've been working on, and I really love it. I don't know if it's going to end up being a yearly blanket, like if I'm going to have enough rows for it to really be a blanket by the end of the year, because my goal is only 52 books, or if I'm going to make it like a 100 book blanket or something. But I'm having a lot of fun with this, and it's very like soothing to work on when I'm watching YouTube videos or doing sprints but don't want to read, or listening to an audiobook. It's just really nice to be doing something with my hands. If y'all want a more in-depth video on the genre blanket, just let me know. But really enjoying it. The cats enjoy it too because yarn. But at 1 o'clock today, Rachel with Happy Go Lovely Sleeves is having birthday reading sprints today. She's doing a readathon called Flower-thon, and unfortunately none of my books for the month have flowers on them, but I'm gonna get some of this read during her reading sprints this afternoon. But it's gonna be a very lazy day, a very chill day. I'm like all snuggled up in my bookworm sweatshirt, and I'm just excited to not have anything on the agenda for today. My hair is a little crazy, my skin's not looking the best, but we're just chilling at home, so who even cares? I will update y'all later. noticed, she always sends me a holiday card, and it just makes me so happy. I keep every single card she sends me. So I've got this strawberry monster today, which is surprisingly good, and I need it. But look at all of the beautiful people on sprints today. I'm so excited. It's Friday night, but it's about 8 o'clock. I just took a shower and washed my hair and did my skincare. But I have been on sprints since 1 p.m. with Rachel at Happy Go Lovely Sleeves and a bunch of other fun people. And there's like 65 or 70 of us there. So it's been a really fun time. We've been doing like 40 or 50-minute sprints. Right now we're doing over an hour. But I've been reading this book all day, Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent, and I am obsessed with it. My goal today was to get to page 150, which I just did right there. And we still have 5 hours of sprints. So I'm gonna keep reading. And I'm obsessed with this. So we're following Tisana, who has just escaped from a really bad situation. She has some magic. She doesn't really know how to use it to its full extent yet. She's going to this place that she has always wanted to go, where she feels she can get help using her magic. When she gets there, she finds out that it's not going to be as easy as she thinks, and she must be an apprentice to a mentor. The whole apprenticeship situation has already started months ago, and so Tisana basically has to be mentored by the only person left to mentor her, and he is this hermit who gardens and is kind of a hoarder, and his name is Max, and I really like Max. I identify so much with Max. I think he would be a type 9 like me, but I'm really liking their dynamic, because in a lot of these stories you would be like, oh my gosh, I was thrown into work with this super hot guy and he taught me magic, but I couldn't keep my eyes off of his abs. It's not like that at all. They start as kind of like grumpy acquaintances, and right now they are just learning how to trust and kind of be vulnerable with each other as friends. And I'm 150 pages in, and there has been no mention of like sexual chemistry yet. It's just enjoying the other person for who they are and being friends. And I really like that. We've got some political things stirring in the world. We've got Tisana learning how to use her magic. And if you can see all of these butterflies on the cover, that definitely plays a part in what's going on with her magic. We're learning who we can trust and who we can't trust. We're learning about whether or not we should be getting revenge on some people. And I also really like Tisana. This book is written primarily from her point of view, although I think at the end we do get some points of view of Max. And I think when you are reading a fantasy that's in first person point of view, it's really easy for it to feel YA, but this does not feel YA. In that same vein though, it also doesn't really feel too purpley and too flowery. It's just very easy to follow without feeling juvenile, because when fantasy feels juvenile, I feel like it takes me out of the story. That's why I had to DNF Throne of Glass twice before I finally got into it. The writing just felt really young. This one feels perfect, and if it keeps up like this, I am going to fly through this one, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to crave the second book immediately. But I'm going to jump back onto sprints and try and get more read, try and get to at least page 250. I just made some coffee. So it was a great night. Good morning, afternoon, whatever time of the day it is. It is like 11. And I did not make it all 12 hours sprinting last night. I ended up falling asleep about 11, so I signed off and got some sleep. I wish I could say I slept in, because it was a rainy, gloomy morning. It was so perfect for sleeping in, but my fire alarm started beeping at like 7, and not because there was a fire, it was because the battery was dying, and it just starts to like beep. And it was the kind of thing where my brain was trying to like incorporate it into a dream, that I was getting some sort of like notification, but it was okay to sleep through it. But then eventually I woke up and I was just like, All right, so I took the battery out, so fingers crossed there's no fire until maintenance can come replace it, and it's Easter weekend, so nobody's working this weekend. But what I'm about to do is go get a coffee and then go pick up some lunch. And then I also just got some mail that I'm really excited to open. And then I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna read all afternoon. I went ahead and got ready because I am volunteering at a local theater tonight, helping either sell tickets or work concessions, but that also means I get to see the play for free. So I'm also very excited about that. But overall, it's just going to be a very relaxing day. Okay guys, I just opened the package that I had to pick up from Etsy. I ordered this a couple of weeks ago and I'm really excited. It is a very, very oversized Valaris sweatshirt. It says, "To the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered." And I'm about to put it on to read for like the next 4 hours. Let's get cozy. Off to volunteer at the theater. All right, guys, I am home from working at the theater. Zelda wants some attention, so everybody say hi to Zelda. I had a great time. I worked concessions before the show started. And then I watched the show, and then my best friend and I went to Waffle House afterwards, which is always a top tier meal. And it's kind of become a thing after theater stuff. We always go to Waffle House. I did a lot of cleaning this afternoon, and I did not read as much as I should have. I got really tired, which has been happening to me a lot. I had COVID in February, and I just have not gotten to the point where I feel like I can rest and feel rested over the course of the day. And I'm ready to feel good again. So I'm really tired. I'm gonna go to sleep soon. I've read about 50 pages today of Daughter of No Worlds, which is not a lot, but I mean, in retrospect, that is a lot for some people. So I'm planning on reading a lot tomorrow and maybe a little bit before I go to bed, but it is time for me to wind down and take this bright pink lipstick off of my face. Good night, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. I've got about 100 pages left of Daughter of No Worlds, but I just wanted to tell you guys that my best friend made brownies for the performers in the play last night. Whenever he bakes, he usually makes me some extra of these brownies. These brownies, y'all. I don't need a peanut butter Reese's cup today because this is where it's at. They're so good. Kendall is actually doing reading sprints on her channel. I just finished dinner, so I'm about to hop in and get this last 100 pages read because I am still obsessed. OBSESSED, obsessed. Hi, I owe you guys an update. So I'm still on Kindle sprints. She just did like kind of an impromptu sprint tonight. I think we're gonna read one more time, but I have 60 pages of this book left and I have a couple of things to say. So first of all, the thing that we have been waiting to happen this whole entire book between our two main characters finally happened, and it was so good. Like, made me squeal. So good. But then as far as like the plot of this book, we just got into something really, really treacherous, and then something I was not expecting to happen happened, and I am very curious to see how or if we get out of the situation that our main character was just put in. So expect an update from me very soon to wrap this book up, but I am feeling a 5-star. It's Monday morning now. It's the last day of my break, ignore the dirty laundry in the background. I promise that's happening today. My dryer is currently broken, and so it is taking me forever to catch up on laundry. But I am sitting down. I'm about to work on my rows for Daughter of No Worlds, which will be another kind of purpley pink row. And I thought before I really sat down to start on it, I could just wrap up this weekend of great reading. So I participated in 2 reading sprints. We had Rachel's reading sprints on Friday, which lasted all day, and then Kendall did some impromptu sprints last night, which was great in helping me get my book read. And Daughter of No Worlds was fantastic. It was a 5-star read. I did debate for just a second giving it a 4.5 because everything that happens in the first 25% happens so fast. But the rest of the book really kind of made me forget about that, and it didn't matter. I just can't say enough good things about it. I am now a Carissa Broadbent fan. I cannot wait to read the rest of this series and also start the Serpent and the Wings of Night series, because she just has a way of writing people in these fantastical situations that are so believable. Everything Tasana went through in this book was relatable, which sounds crazy because none of that stuff could happen to a real person, but Tasana is so human, and her inner monologue, since we're getting the story in first person, really makes you empathize with her and understand her plight. And then once we start getting Max's point of view, I just love him so much. His constant phrase throughout this whole book is, "I'm not made for this," and I 100% feel that because I am somebody who deals with imposter syndrome on a daily basis. I prefer to stay in my little apartment with my plants and my cats and my books and my yarn, and people really stress me out, and I would rather not be put in situations that stress me out, but Max has to go through those situations just like I do, and I just thought he was a very, very relatable character. We do get some side characters, and Carissa Broadbent, I don't know if you just like understand the way fantasy works, but if you put a side character in named Sam or some variant of Sam, everyone is going to love him. So I cannot wait for more of that character, and I really hope his plot lines expand because I loved him to death. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up and start another weekly reading vlog this afternoon. Anyway, if you watched this whole video, why don't you leave a butterfly emoji, because that's really important in Daughter of No Worlds, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. If you want to support my channel, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. I would love to interact with y'all, and let me know if you've read Daughter of No Worlds.